Do you like eating sand? What about talc or titanium dioxide? The fact is, 99% of all vitamins on the market contain unnecessary and potentially toxic additives. That's why we've created Pure Vitamin Club. Our daily multicap is a carefully balanced formulation of the 13 essential vitamins plus 11 key minerals with no added ingredients of any kind. Just the nutrients your body needs to function at its best. But no vitamin will do you any good unless you actually take it. So we've made that easy for you. Pure Vitamin Club will deliver your vitamins to your door for pennies a day at purevitaminclub.com. purevitaminclub.com.
He's Hollywood's go-to guy for health and fitness. And now, America's angriest trainer, Vinny Tortorich, with co-host Anna Bacino.
Why am I America's angriest trainer? Your good intentions have been stolen, and I'm here to help you get them back. I am Vinny Tortorich, and folks, sitting over there on the other mic is the best voice in podcast radio working now or any time in the history of podcasting, folks. That's Anna Vocino. How you doing, Pumpkin?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Yeah, I hate coming in on the laugh because you're not letting the audience in on the joke. But I don't.
It wasn't really much of a joke. It was more like an awkward. We were like awkwardly giggling about a story in our past that we can't talk about.
But the bottom line is, we do. People ask me all the time, "Are you and Anna? How close are you guys off the air?" And I always tell them that we're not close at all. And
we're not.
Well, we are now, but remember early on in the show?
Oh, early on, yeah, we didn't know each other.
People are like, you guys are like best friends, and it was like, I go to her house, and I walk in, and she goes, "You ready?" And I go, "Yeah." And then we turned the mics on, and we kind of came alive, and then out of that, we became friends. Yeah. Now we do 20 minutes before we start the show. Yeah. Which means we're actually friends now.
Like 20 minutes on gluten-free algae tabs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever the fuck those are.
We literally did, 15 minutes on shit we won't advertise on this show this morning.
Gluten-free pond scum. I don't do ads for gluten-free pond scum.
And then we got into a whole thing of just the number, like how much money we would make if we just advertised even half of what comes through to us.
Right.
And then people get upset with me. Here's the one I like, Anna. I don't know if you get this one as often as I do. It's like, hey, I listened to your show, and I love the thing about, and they'll talk about something that we talked about in the very last show, which means that the advertising person went and listened to 15 minutes of a show. Totally. And they use a piece of, and by the way, they always say,
let's give them something right now that they can talk. So the next email you advertisers send to Vinny, you should bring up something that my friend studied in med school was a real thing called an imperforate anus, meaning that it was a child born without an asshole. They had to literally rip the kid a new asshole. So go ahead when you email Vinny and say, "Oh, I love that bit you guys did on the imperforate anuses. Anyway, would you like to advertise my brain food?"
And by the way, Anna, you did it in the first 2 minutes, and that's usually I'll go back and listen, and it'll be something from the first 2 or 3 minutes of the show. So
I gave them something there that's juicy and fun.
So if you guys want to,
anuses.
Yeah, if you want to advertise on this show, reference imperforate. How do you say that?
Imperforate anuses.
Yeah. Just mention anus. Go to anus.com. No, just mention that, and we will. I will probably, at least read your email and send you something back.
Yeah.
And by the way, folks, check yourself, as the Black Sisters would say. Do you have to say Black Sisters, or can you just say sisters?
I think sisters.
Okay.
I think Black Sisters might be redundant. I'm not sure.
Just check yourself. As they would say. Don't just. If you're sugar, if you have sugar in your product, you are not advertising on this show.
I can't tell you the number of publicists who say, I know we've talked about this on a last show too, because there's so much. The number of publicists who send me, please advertise my bread, pasta, corn chip, sugar drink product on your blog. And I'm like, have you even looked at my blog?
If you have gluten in your product, you may not advertise on Anna's blog, glutenfreeanna.com. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, you did. Good job.
If you have a gluten-free product, but it has 5 other grains in it, you may not advertise on this show.
All right.
If you...
I'm glad we cleared that up, Jeff Foxworthy.
How bad is my Foxworthy?
See, that's why Jeff Foxworthy is a billionaire and we're not, because he just go ahead. He takes the money. He didn't care.
By the way, I spoke to my old friend J.P. Williams the other day, the guy who created the whole Jeff Foxworthy thing and the whole Blue Collar comedy tour and all that stuff. And his wife started a school. Debbie Shaler, his wife, Debbie Williams, started a school in Santa Monica because their son had, but still has a learning disability. And they had nowhere, it wasn't like he should be in a school with severely, we don't use the R word, right? Severely handicapped. Do we use handicap anymore?
I don't know what.
You see, that's what we do, Anna. That's what we do.
Saying.
We can't. Can you say handicap? Do we say handicapable, or is that off the table now? What's on the table and what's off the table?
Can't say midget, that's for sure.
Can't say midget. Can't say Eskimo. You cannot say Eskimo. You can't say the E word. We got to call it the E word, Anna. The E word.
What do you say? Inuit?
Oh, well, that could be offensive because they're not all Inuits.
Eskimo sounds sweet, but Inuit sounds like, and you're an Inuit, like you're an idiot, but you're an Inuit.
Guess what?
Like,
no, what?
I think Eskimo is nicer.
What are you going to eat tonight? An Inuit pie? No, it's an Eskimo pie.
Well, hopefully not, because it's not an SNG.
You're going to give someone an Inuit kiss? No, it's an Eskimo kiss.
I think Eskimo sounds sweet.
I like Eskimo.
Yeah.
Because it's got Mo at the end.
Midget is a cute word.
There used to be a car out of England from the MG company called the what?
A midget?
The midget. Because it was a tiny little car.
Well, and there's midget football. Like peewee football, but it's midget football.
There's midget tossing. What do we call it now? Little people tossing?
Midgets.
What do we call it now?
I guess little people, which I think sounds condescending.
It's all condescending. So, you know what? JP, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent, but JP and Debbie has a kid who is a half a retard. I guess you can still say that. And she created this school on the west side. So I love when people who, they bootstrapped it, they made $1 gazillion and they do really well. And look what they're doing. They're doing good for the community. And go JP and Debbie Williams. Debbie's from Louisiana, went to LSU. And so there you have it. Speaking of Louisiana, guess who's going to Donaldsonville on Tuesday?
This guy?
This guy. And guess what?
Are you going to go porching? Do some blue ass?
I don't think I'll be doing any poaching because that didn't turn out the way I wanted it to last time. Anna, would you like to explain what poaching means?
Well, I guess it's when you sit on the porch and you have daiquiris and pizza. That's it. And gossip with everybody.
And just have a really good old time at my cousin's house.
Yeah.
And folks, if you've listened to the back episodes of this show, I got in a shit ton of trouble by mentioning my last trip to Donaldsonville 2 trips ago.
Because you talked about some folks had gotten fat.
Not fat, but morbidly obese, and they were all on 5 different medications and the whole deal. And I came back and said, these are people, they all thought I was kidding when I said I wasn't on at least 3 medications. They were like, come on, you're in your 50s. What are you talking about?
Right.
I was like, I don't take anything. You don't take a statin? No. You don't take anything for sleep apnea? No, I don't have sleep apnea. All right, you don't take anything for blood pressure? Well, no, my blood pressure is completely normal. As a matter of fact, it could be considered a little low. And you don't take any heart medication? You don't take. I was like, no. They were like, you're making that up. Literally.
They didn't believe you.
No. So here's the thing. This trip will be a lot different than the last trip. By the way, my new book that I'm writing, I have a chapter called Donaldsonville where I chronicle the whole thing and what's happened since.
It's going down.
So a girl, a lot of people after that event who started, well, we will listen to this show and we will see what that Vinny is doing. And guess what a lot of them did, Anna?
Started going to NSNG?
They started paying attention to this show.
Good.
They started doing NSNG. They were like, maybe he's got a point. Good. They're not dumb people. They're very smart people right? So
Right.
a lot of people started paying attention. My hometown.
Well, you came out of there, so they can't be all bad.
I'm not that smart, Anna.
I didn't say smart. I said bad.
Okay, shut up. All right, so Anna, so it turns out a lot of these people started doing really well in SNG, and they started writing to me kind of sheepishly on the Facebook, sending me private messages, friending me, people I hadn't seen in 30 some odd years.
Great.
Well, guess what? I'm going home, and there's going to be a little private thing at a restaurant.
Oh,
And a lot of the NSNGers, the hardcores, are showing up.
great.
I'm bringing my portable podcast equipment, and I will do a
Perfect.
show from the restaurant.
Great.
So that will happen. I'm excited about it. So a
That's
guy who
great.
was almost asked never to come back to town or they would hang me or burn me at the stake is having a triumphant return.
They wouldn't do that to you.
I will be at the Grapevine restaurant having a private party in the back. And we're going to do a little NSNG thing.
That's awesome.
I want to thank Debbie Pelche Rock for putting that together.
Does everybody from Louisiana have either a weird name or a French name
all French.
or both?
French or Italian, but mostly French. Debbie Pelche, I remember her. She's older than me. She's a few years older.
But then there's people like Moose, and then there's like, what are the other names? Like Scooch or something.
Scooby-Doo. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
all right, no,
weird.
Moose is a common name.
In Alabama, we had a lot of buddies, but I never met any mooses.
Oh, I know. I know at least 3 mooses, and one of them
I know
is.
3 buddies.
And as a matter of fact, the reason anyone even hated that show was because I mentioned that I took Moose to a strip joint, and Moose is in the choir at the church, so that didn't go over well.
Does Moose have a girlfriend?
No, Moose is still single. Here, you want me to get in trouble again?
Well, I'm just thinking we should set Moose up with somebody. Can we set up Moose with somebody in the group?
No, let's not go there.
Let's do it. I think there's anybody who wants to go out on a date with
Anna.
Moose.
Anna.
Yeah. No, we're
Anna.
going to do this. We're going to do this.
Okay, can I tell you a little Moose information first?
Yeah.
Okay, remember you ever see the movie 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Yep.
Okay, and you know when you're watching a movie, at some point you have to say to yourself, you have to somewhat suspend disbelief because
Right.
there's no way any
to
dude
get on
can be
board with the
40.
premise. Right.
Because the guy in the movie, what's his name? What's the actor's name?
Steve Carell.
Is a good-looking guy, right?
Right.
You want to know who else is a good-looking guy?
Moose?
Moose. Not
So
just
what do you-
kind of good-looking. He's good-looking.
What are you implying?
All right, Moose, good-looking guy, strappy individual. By the way, never gained weight, perfectly lean, wide,
Yeah.
broad shoulders, half Cajun, half Lebanese. That's where
Good
the name
mix.
comes from, his Uncle Musa Shaheen. I shouldn't have mentioned
Uh-huh.
the name, but who cares? Everyone knows who I'm talking about. Okay, that's right. My best friend was half Cajun, half Lebanese. The kibbe was unbelievable.
I bet.
Oh my God, his mom could cook. And Moose was a 40-year-old virgin. Moose is now at least 52. And
I
I'm
bet
pretty
you
sure Moose is a
dollars-
52-year-old
I
virgin.
bet you dollars to donuts Moose does not want you to tell that story.
Well, here's the thing.
What's the thing?
I'm not
I
gonna-
see you turning red over there.
I'm not going to confirm or deny this. It's hot in this room, Anna. I'm not going to confirm or deny this. But
All
at
right.
one point, I think Moose got laid.
Okay, well, I'm just going to say you saying that makes it more enticing. There are some ladies in the group who I know would love to deflower Moose or born again deflower him.
Yeah, here's the thing. I am not putting this on Ruel. This is not in
No,
Ruel's
Ruel doesn't
wheelhouse,
have
as
to do
they
this.
say.
Ruel,
Lonnie,
you
I'm
don't-
calling you. I'm calling on you. I need the Beauchamp brothers to come in and save the day.
Come on, Beechams.
As a matter of fact, here's the thing. A lot of you guys like to, give us superfan donations. Let's get donations in to the Superfan Club, and you just have to mark it hashtag on the super. It's just a hashtag to us. Get Moose laid, all one word.
Is this the hooker money?
We need money
No, I don't think we should buy a hooker for him. I think that there's going to be a girl in the Facebook group who's ready,
Well,
who's
Anna,
enticed by this. We need to get a picture of Moose and put it on the episode.
No, I can't do that.
Ah,
But he's good looking.
I want Operation Get Moose a girlfriend.
Here's the thing. He literally looks like a young Jay Leno. Not a bad looking guy, right? Jay Leno's, kind of, strong jaw, dark skin. By the way, people don't talk about money down there, but the Shaheen family has not done bad for themselves.
You know what I mean? Any gold diggers out there?
Look. You want to land? You want to fall into a bucket of shit and smell like roses? Go meet Moose. Money, good looks. There is one caveat.
If there's not a lady out there, I might leave Lauren and go hook up with Moose.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
It would be a good move because you know how your husband can eat crap and do whatever he wants. He's still, he's like all muscled up. He's one of those guys. Mm-hmm. That's Moose. Moose is a guy, that never really worked out or anything. Good looking guy. All strappy. Tell you something, ladies, you could do a lot worse. Moose. Hashtag Moose. Send us donations on behalf of Moose.
Moose's new girlfriend.
Yeah.
Who's it going to be?
And by the way, church-going guy in the choir. He's got a good voice. Never misses Mass.
And he gets corrupted by you.
By the way, we're not just looking to get him laid. I'm looking for a wife for Moose.
All right.
There's a little caveat, though, Anna.
Let's take it one step at a time. I want girlfriend for Moose. Let's just get to the girlfriend phase.
Moose has one little thing. Full disclosure.
FD.
Full disclosure. Besides the fact that, he's hung like a moose.
I would hope so.
You don't call someone moose.
Moose needs a moose knuckle.
Yeah. I love that phrase.
I know you do. I said it just for you.
No guns. Moose wants a nice moose knuckle.
Yeah.
Something that looks like a fist down there. Something nice. Nice and meaty
solid.
vag. All right.
Meaty vag.
Hashtag meaty vag.
Hashtag meat curtains.
All right. So
we're saying hashtag a lot for no reason.
I know. Anna, Moose has one caveat. He does not drive.
He can't, right? Because of the seizures?
Yeah, he has seizures. So it's better if Moose just didn't drive. So, ladies, you got to have a license.
You got to have a license. That's going to be the first question we're going to ask you in the interview process when we set up the interviews for Moose's new girlfriend.
And by the way, I think Moose may have a car. So if someone wants to drive him around.
That's like getting a free car.
Yeah.
You get a boyfriend and a car.
And a free car. A virgin and a free car. I feel like, crash this into a building and you'll get a virgin and a free car.
He's not a virgin, but he might be a born-again virgin. It might have been a while since his last time.
I think there was a time when there was a rumor circulating that Moose,
Well, I hope Moose should not be mad at this because we're trying to get him a girlfriend, and we'll do the screening process.
Moose's family will figure out a way to hate me. They've been doing that since I was 6. Okay.
Why were you the fire starter?
No matter what happened to Moose when we were kids, it was always that goddamn Vinny, and they would say that in front of me. By the way.
Well, you're used to hearing that.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're going to get some praise now, and I want to read this thing that Dexter sent. He sent one to you. He sent another message to me. It's really fun when we get these messages of our podcast making an impact on the people. And Vinny's book, of course, Fitness Confidential, which you should buy. If you're listening to this and you haven't read Fitness Confidential, hit pause. Go buy it.
Right now.
Right now. Okay.
Buy 2 copies.
Hi, Vinny. I'm sure you get lots of fan email, but I wanted to personally thank you for sharing all your knowledge with the public. I am 53 years old, and for the last 20 years, I have been listening to myths from meatheads in the gym, lies from marketers, and of course, all kinds of other bullshit from health store salesmen and fitness magazines. I was always switching from diet to diet, workout routine to another workout routine, and so forth. Needless to say, I was more fucked up than a soup sandwich. That's a great phrase. I like this guy.
He's got a couple of those in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since finding your book on Amazon and taking your vitamins, listening to your podcasts, and following the simple guidelines of NSNG, I cannot remember ever feeling better. Your podcasts is my laugh and learn time. Not only has my food lifestyle changed, but so has my workout routines. I'm not afraid to do cardio anymore. I was always afraid of losing muscle. I went out and bought a Trek bike, and now I ride it to work and other places when I can. I also run at work during lunch, and I have pretty much started sandbag, kettlebell, and dumbbell workouts to stay active during the week. I no longer worry if I miss my daily routine, and I'm enjoying the bacon. I won't lie. Every now and then I might shit in the punch bowl and eat a pizza or something else I shouldn't eat, but for the most part, I stay on track. So with all that said, thank you and all your partners, and I look forward to your new magnesium supplement. Oh, and by the way, I love my NSNG t-shirt. Nice, light, and comfy, and a great way to start a conversation. Dexter.
You know
I
what?
like Dexter.
Anna, as you know, somehow I still read every email. Mm-hmm. And usually most of them require an answer and this and that and the whole thing. And I'm sitting there, tap, tap, to tap,
Right.
tap, tap. And I love when I get these. Because, and by the way, it sounded like an infomercial. He loves the vitamin. He can't wait for
I know,
the,
it does sound
the
like an
magnesium
infomercial,
and the whole thing. And I didn't realize that when I read it, but when I listened back to it, when you were saying it, it sounded like an infomercial. But thank you, Dax. It's why we do this.
Yep.
And by the way, that brings me to Jack. This morning, I spoke to a guy named Jack. It was not a paid phone call, Anna. I got 3, let me look. I got 3 phone calls I'm doing today.
Great.
Jack was not one of them. He sent me this long, drawn-out, heartwarming email. He goes to school in the South. I think he's from Chattanooga, but he goes to school, I think, in Georgia. And he is getting a business degree. But he loves helping people, and he's always been into fitness. And he also took some fitness classes, and he was thinking about trying to do something in fitness, and even said that he would come here and just, mirror me for a couple of weeks and do whatever he could because he really wants to be in the fitness business. And that, to me, deserved the phone call. So I plunked the phone down and called Jack. He was shocked that, I was on the phone. He read the book 2 or 3 times. He listens to every podcast, and all of a sudden his favorite podcaster's on the other end of the line.
Right.
And we had a great conversation. And,
That's awesome.
I was going to start the phone call off by telling Jack, whatever you do, don't get into fitness because there's no money. There's no money to be made. Nowadays, back when I started training people, there were no trainers. I was there at the beginning. When people call me now and say, oh, I want to be a trainer, I always tell them good luck. Because trainers can't make a living. When you have the 24-hour fitnesses of the world charging almost zero, there's no way to make money in this business. It's hard to make money. And, I'm one of the lucky ones that, after 30 years made it out the other side, and I'm doing business a different way now. If I had to still make money just training people, and of course, look, I still work with the celebrities and I do that, but I've cut everything else out. It's a hard business, folks. And if you're thinking about going into it, and I did not discourage Jack from going into it because I think he's one of the ones that want to do it and will figure it out and do well at it, whatever he does. Mm-hmm. I could just tell from his energy on the phone. And that matters a lot because there needs to be good voices in this industry teaching people and not there to bullshit people and to buy green algae and to take this and that crap. We need people who are out there trying to preach the truth because God only knows I will be dead soon. So someone needs to come around and pick it up. Before me, it was Jack LaLanne. And before, you know what I mean? And it's not just me. There's a lot of good people preaching a lot of good stuff. Right?
Yeah.
So there are good people doing niche stuff out there on the internet and getting the word out.
Agreed.
So, we just have to get out there and do it. And I think Jack will be, if he decides to do this, will be a guy that can do that sort of thing. So really enjoyed talking to him this morning.
I have a couple of things.
Go on.
The first thing is our Amazon winner for the week. As you guys know, we have a contest. And that contest is every week. If you guys go to vinnytortorich.com and click through the Amazon banner ad, what happens is that they throw us a little teeny tiny commission off of your sale, the thing that you're going to buy anyway on Amazon.
Right.
Our past winners have included an infrared camera, a wedding dress, lube.
Sex lube.
vibrators. I mean,
Yep.
we don't always go for the sex stuff, but we do have another vagina-oriented product winner. Andrea Roberts in Wisconsin, who I communicate a lot with on the Facebook, she forwarded me a pretty great one.
Let me go look her up and see what was doing with Andrea.
Andrea Roberts is the winner this week. I'll have her contact you, Vinny, to set up her prize. She purchased, hold on, let me find it, period underpants that are stain proof. You wear them during your period and they will not stain. Just bleed all over those suckers.
Where's she from, Anna? Wisconsin?
Wisconsin.
Oh, there she is. She's hot.
Yeah, she's adorable.
Yeah, she's a bike rider.
And she's been doing NSNG. I know it's been helping her health issues. She's been doing a great job. So congratulations, Andrea Roberts. And anybody else who wants to submit stuff. I know we have some winners lined up for the next couple of weeks, but keep submitting them to us. You know what I mean? You could displace those winners. Just kidding. You won't. We won't do that.
Anna, what are period panties?
Okay,
I thought you just use like a tampon you shove up there. Explain to the guys in the audience what goes on down there because we don't really get it.
Well, you have all ladies usually have separate underwear for when their periods happen in case there's an accident. Maybe you bleed through the tampon. Maybe you forgot to wear a panty liner that day. Maybe maybe you get your period and you didn't think you were going to get it and it came a day early and you bleed all over your nice. So around the time of your period, you have period panties. It's a different thing, different set of underwear.
Right.
Now, so some company was wise to this and decided to use the modern technology marvels to make stain-free period panties. Because then what you usually do is you just throw them out. They're usually like older underwear or whatever. You just throw them out if they're really stained. But these you don't have to. There you go.
Huh.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it.
You guys learned something. You guys learned something today.
I did. And I'm looking at Andrea Roberts here. And it looks like she's a woman who's, you know when you go back in people's photos and look at older photos, she looks like she's lost a significant amount of weight.
I think she has.
Yeah, look at her. I mean, and by the way, I'm looking back at photos. This was not a woman who was not active. This was no couch potato because even when she had weight to lose, she's cycling, she's mountain biking, she's cross-country skiing. I mean, I love looking at people's lives and it's like, oh my God, they're having a better life than me. But, this is a woman who was, and by the way, she's got one of those infectious smiles.
Yeah.
I wish I was happy like that.
Too bad.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen. But when you look way back, you go, this is a woman who lost some weight, and she is an exerciser. So congratulations to you for getting period panties and for losing weight and looking so hot. Look at her hair. Yeah, she looks good.
Yeah, she's really cool. I really like her. So thanks, Andrea, for listening. Yeah. All right, let's just stay on the vagina train and read this thing that your best friend Don Coddington sent.
Go on.
Female Viagra.
Okay. You want to start or you want me to start?
I haven't even read I'm clicking through the article now, so you go ahead.
Look, nobody is more interested in having more sex than me. And if I knew that, there was a pill that Serena could take to have more sex. By the way, we have enough sex. I'm not suggesting that we don't have sex.
What does it do? What does this thing do?
Okay. Apparently it works the way, it doesn't work the way Viagra works. Male Viagra just dilates, and causes more flow to, it's a vasodilator. It causes more flow to the penis.
Right.
This works on the brain. And I got to be honest with you. I don't agree with it. I would not, and by the way, jury's still out on this. They've approved this drug for women, and we're not even sure if it's safe yet. I read a couple of things online about it.
Right.
That said that, number one, it doesn't work. At least I think it works less than 50% of the time in women.
Well, it says it works on brain chemistry.
Yeah, it's a brain chemistry thing. I don't want to think that Serena's having more sex with me based on the fact that she's augmented. You know, that just sounds creepy to me.
Well, it's weird because it increases dopamine and norepinephrine levels. I hope I said that right.
You understand? Usually when you have something that increases that, it causes your body to stop making that stuff naturally.
Right, exactly. Like, you don't want to mess with those brain things. I don't know.
You know, look, people ask me all the time about creatine, and I always explain to them a couple of things. Creatine is not what you think it is. It's not going to be the lifesaver and the strengthener that you think it's going to be, number one. Number two, we get all the creatine we need from red meat, and your body actually makes creatine. Guess what happens if you start taking an abundance of creatine? Your body will stop making it, right? If you take anabolic steroids, guess what your body will stop doing? It will stop making those hormones because you're getting too many of them.
Well, that's why, like, for instance, I had to start a thyroid stuff, and it's natural thyroid stuff, but at the smallest amount possible because they don't want my thyroid to stop making what it makes.
Right.
So just trying to augment it in a very small way.
What I always say, Anna, there's no free lunch in nature. So whenever you're taking something, you're taking away from something else.
Right.
And the bottom line is, like every other guy, do I want more sex? Could I have sex around the clock, even at 53 almost? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I could. But the bottom line is, I would not want Serena to take any kind of chemical that's going to harm her body in any way, shape, or form. I'm just fundamentally against this. And
it sounds freaky.
And I know some people are going to say, well, good for you. You're having a good sex life, and fuck you and the whole thing. And we're not having sex, and this can help me. You know, if that's your thing, go for it. But I think people should take a look, see, women, before you just go willy-nilly take this just because it's been approved. Look into it a bit. Wait a while. You know, let other people test it before you go off and take something that's going to augment the way your brain operates.
Don't you think that we should get to the base level of why you're not horny? That maybe it's like all the stress in your life and the not sleeping and the adrenal fatigue and the always walking around being mad at your kids and your husband. That'll make you not want to have sex.
As Anna always says,
if you get to the root of that stuff, then you'll want to have sex.
As Anna always says, if you can't cure it with a couple of shots of tequila, you might have a problem. You might have a... Never mind.
As Jessica Gottlieb always says, fuck your husband before somebody else does. Side note.
Yeah. You know, so there you have it, folks. I mean...
I'm just saying that.
I am not... Look, by the way, there's a caveat to this. If you're planning on meeting moose and you want to take some of that, go right ahead.
It's like a zone. It's like moose. If you're in the moose zone, it's like there's a disclaimer that this doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
You can take that drug.
Yeah, we allow that because moose is going to probably be a little backed up. And,
well, I bet we're going to be hearing a lot about female Viagra coming up here in the future. You know what else we're going to hear a lot about?
What?
Reunited and it feels so good.
Is this our new sponsor?
Reunited because we understood. What are we reunited with, Vinny?
Squatty Potty, baby.
Squatty Potty.
No, wait. Anna, can I tell the whole story?
Yeah, tell it.
Okay. So Anna and I originally, we did Squatty Potty. And a lot of times, look, we're talking a lot today about advertising, but so what? People come to us and, there's a flat fee you could pay for advertising on the show the way Villa Capelli does. And we look at things sometimes and go, okay, Squatty Potty, commission, excuse me, we know how many people listen to this show, and we could probably do a lot better by getting the commission. And
right. Which is called an affiliate program, which is people like Pat Flynn has an affiliate program. For instance, I think that's where he makes most of his money. You listen to a show and you get such great advice, and then you click through, if you're going to start a website, you click through his Bluehost link, and he makes like $100,000 a month from Bluehost commissions and other things, obviously. But
by the way, I'll give you an example. Going out in the opposite direction, you can, folks, if you have a blog or anything like that, we have an affiliate program at purevitaminclub.com. So you can be an affiliate
perfect example.
on your site, to sell Pure Vitamin Club, and you actually make money. People like Tawny Prazak, Zen Triathlon, they're all part of the Pure Vitamin Club affiliate program.
Yeah.
They make money on it every month.
And so that's what I did, because I thought I love Squatty Potty so much, and I got Vinny a Squatty Potty, and he loves Squatty Potty so much. And I know that it's already kind of been out there and around, but I was like, but I bet our listeners who haven't heard of it, they need to have this, because we talk in the Facebook group about pooping. We love poop. We still want to do our poop episode with Dr. X. We're going to do that soon. And so I went through quite a bit of effort to set up the Squatty Potty affiliate program. It wasn't easy. It was run by a company called Share a Sale.
Right.
And they did not make it easy on us, but we got it done. We got it set up, communicated with all the things, all the pieces that have to go into place to make sure you guys have an accurate link to click through. And I will say the one thing that seemed, eyebrow raisy about it, which of course we didn't pay attention to at the time, was that they weren't giving a special offer for our listeners. It was just a straight up link that you guys would go through and buy some Squatty Potties. Well, after this thing has been up for a couple of weeks, and I keep logging in every day to see who is logged in and bought one, damn them if there were 0 purchases, but all these click-throughs.
Right.
And I was
literally
upset.
maybe 1,000 click-throughs, Anna? Something like that?
Yeah, I was upset, to say the least. So I went and bought another one and sent it to Vinny.
Whoa. Hang on. What we did was we contacted them before you bought another one and said, what's the deal? And their whole take on it.
No, I didn't even contact him yet.
Oh, really?
I said, oh, that's weird. Maybe everybody has a Squatty Potty. That's what I thought to myself. So that's when I went and bought one and waited 2 more days before then I saw that nothing went through. My purchase did not go through.
Right.
And I had it time stamped and tracked from the link and the click back link or whatever it's called, track back, whatever it's called. Anyway, I was pissed.
Yeah. So
because
with that,
you guys buy things when we believe in something and we share it with you guys have a tendency to buy it.
Yeah.
And we appreciate that. And the fact that that's what keeps our podcast going. And the fact that there were 0 sales pissed off.
And by the way, we know from past things that when our people click through, the rate of conversion is very high, because we have a ravenous fan base. So we contacted Share Sale.
Share a Sale.
And they basically told us, don't know what to tell you, pal. No one bought the product.
Oh, it was a chain of emails that would anger the most patient corporate HR worker. Like, it was ridiculous.
And then finally, I sent an email, which, as we know, we don't allow me to send emails.
And this is why. Anna Vicino deserves an apology from you guys. We are not going to play these Mickey Mouse games. I mean, I was like, yeah. Because I was trying to play nice and kept saying, but what about this? But what about this? But what about this? Click through that. Here's your proof. Da, da, da. And they were dicks.
Yeah, they made us. I think I used my favorite.
Evan at Share a Sale, because that's his name. We'll call him Evan because that's his name.
Yeah. I called him Amateur Night and Dixie. I used the F word. I mean, I just went off. That's why we let Andy Schreiber send off every time I need to send off that kind of email.
But so, you had it. I had it. I kept trying to say fine, okay, well, great. Well, then we'll just take down all of our ads and stuff. And so then what happened? So
then we just happened to mention it in the show. We told people, don't go buy a Squatty Potty through us. Just go to Amazon and click through. At least go to us on VinnyTortoris.com and click through on Amazon and buy a Squatty Potty that way. We got screwed over. And our fans thought that we were saying we got screwed over by Squatty Potty. But we had gotten screwed over by Share a Sale. Is that right, Anna?
Yeah.
Okay. So our ravenous fan base took to Twitter, took to everywhere, and guess who was paying attention to Twitter? By the way,
Vinny, a piece you left out of this was I sent a nasty tweet too to Share a Sale and hashtag Squatty Potty because I was pissed. Yeah.
So that's out there. Everyone is tweeting it. The mother of the guy who he invented it for his mother.
I saw him on Shark Tank. That's how I heard about them.
Robert Evans. He made this thing for his mom. His mom sees it. She calls Robert and says, you need to get these people and you need to make this right away. Right? So Robert calls me and says, we need, I will do whatever it takes to make this right. We're so sorry. I said, Robert, it's not you. It's Share Sale. And he even mentioned that they were having other trouble with Share Sale, right?
Yeah.
So Robert goes, got my checkbook out. Just tell me what I owe you. And I said, Robert, oh, by the way, it's Bobby to me. I said, Bobby, you owe me nothing. You owe me nothing. He goes, but we know that, your fans, he goes, let me tell you something. Your fans started calling here. He goes, you have I've never seen anything like this. We were fielding phone calls based on those tweets. Your fans were calling our headquarters and demanding that we make this right. So I'm sure it was Lonnie and Ruel, and then Lonnie again and Ruel. So one thing leads to another, and guess who's now advertising directly with us, Anna?
Squatty Potty!
Yep, and guess who's giving us a discount code to our customers?
Squatty Potty!
And tell them what it is, Anna.
So guess what, guys? Long story culled down into a link. Go to squattypotty.com. Use the promo code VINNY15, Vinny15, VINNIE 15, Vinny15. And guess what you're going to get? 15% off your order.
Yep.
Yep.
And you know what? Let's show these people good faith right from the get-go. Don't make the mistake I made with the Squatty Potty. And by the way, you can make a Squatty Potty mistake.
Yeah, you can.
Don't buy one. If you have two bathrooms, you need two Squatty Potties. If you have 3 bathrooms, you need 3 Squatty Potties. Do not make the mistake I made. They're not that expensive, folks. Go out, get yourself one for every bathroom, and then get an extra one and give it to a friend. Trust me, it looks goofy. Hey, try this. Buy one for every bathroom in your house and get one for your friend. You get 15% off the entire order by putting in the promo code VINNY15. That's Vinny15, VINNIE 15. And let's show these people some good faith. They're advertising with us for the next several months. I fell in love with Bobby on the phone, and very exciting.
They made it right. We love people who make it right. We're the kind of people who want to make it right. We love the people who want to make it right. So yay, Squatty Potty. Let's get Nick on the line real quick.
Okay.
And this is Nick Chicherki.
Is he there? Anna? Oh, I'm on hold right now. So while I'm on hold, folks, I get to have a little podcast all by myself. So what can we talk about? We talked about Donaldsonville. We talked about Anna, Reed, Dexter's email.
Vinny, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I was trying to vamp, and I had nothing to vamp with.
I didn't do this right. Hold on. He keeps trying to call me now. Hold on. Let me add him. Add people.
This is the process, Anna.
Nick Chicherki.
Are you there?
Add. Yeah, can you hear me?
I'm not getting him, Anna.
You can't hear me? Nick, can you hear me?
Anna? Yes, I can.
Oh, good. Vinny, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here now. Anna, I'm going to ask you and Nick to turn off your videos because I think it's causing some distortion.
Yep. No problem.
All right. There we go.
Okay, everyone's got them off.
Now,
Let me get
Nick,
mine
where
off.
are you? Where are we Skyping with you?
Well, funny enough, I'm actually locked in a closet here because I've been recommended that this might be a good way of a better audio. So I'm in a closet.
But, geographically, where is the closet?
I am sorry. I'm joking. I'm actually in Cleveland.
You know, when you're in Cleveland, Anna, you have to be in a closet because they don't take kindly to those types.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
They don't. Has Cleveland gotten more progressive, Nick?
Oh, Cleveland's great. We are we're rocking and rolling now. Yeah, there's a lot going on. I think in funny enough, especially in health and fitness, Cleveland's pretty renowned for Cleveland Clinic and University Hospitals here.
True, that's true.
Always have from a healthcare perspective, but just built the global center for health innovation down here too. So you're starting to see a lot more industry in technology, health, and fitness that I think centers around the pillars. So and with that, in terms of progressive. Oh, and you mentioned so we actually hosted the game. Speaking of progressive. So the 2014 Gay Games were just hosted here. So yeah,
The gay
cool.
game. I didn't even know the gay games were a thing.
Oh, they're huge, Anna. They're huge.
That's awesome.
You didn't know? How do you not know that, Anna?
I don't know. I'm almost gay, and I don't know this.
Well, you are a fag hag, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, how do you not? How do I know this and you don't?
I don't know.
Unbelievable.
By the way, I'm mad at my gays right now because I took this picture on the beach when I was in East Hampton 3 weeks ago, and we were laying out with all the gays, and including my brothers-in-law.
Yeah.
And Andy Cohen's there. They're friends with Andy Cohen. We're all laying out. And I had been begging for a gay beach pyramid the whole time we were there. They finally do a beach pyramid, and it's amazing. Like the bodies on these men.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
And so I take this picture and I post it to Instagram and I tag everybody. Instantly, it is taken. It is put on the internet. No photo credit to me. It got Andy Bravo Andy posts it, 33,000 likes. It makes all the gay blogs, the papers. It made Us Weekly. Jennifer Lawrence and her friends did a competing lady bikini pyramid as a response to it from the picture that I took, and I directed the picture.
Wow. And I'm saying
So
wow because you've dropped 2 names in the past 45 seconds.
I know, right? I'm
Yeah.
just saying, well, not that they would have anything to do with me. And I'm the one who took the frickin' picture and directed it.
It's the way Hollywood works, Anna. It's just the way it works.
I didn't get my credit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But
hi,
to
Nick.
circle
Welcome
back-
to the show.
Thank you very much. But to circle that back, Anna, to what you were saying, yes, Cleveland's a great place to be. Health, fitness, technology, and so we're happening.
I
Wait.
feel like everyone from Cleveland is madly in love with Cleveland.
Nick, can I say something about Cleveland and Ohio in general? I don't understand how that could be the health and fitness capital because, let's face it, I was in a restaurant down there and they literally had baked noodles and cheese as a vegetable.
Where was this?
Well, it was in Ohio. It was in Dayton. I was in Dayton.
Oh, trust me, Vinny. The reason I'm saying I think it's a good opportunity is because there is the most opportunity for change.
All right.
And again,
That's what he's saying.
That's my little perspective. But and again, the healthcare, typically those big hospitals, it's more sick care. But I think the paradigm's changed a little bit, and hey, why not embrace it here?
So, Nick, you co-authored the book with Jojo Baxis.
I did. Yes, the MACA model.
The MACA model.
Yes, which is how Triathlon's best Chris McCormick and Team MACA X succeed.
Anna,
inside and out.
wait, hang on. Wait, before you start talking about it, Anna, can
Yeah.
you handle this for the next 2 minutes? There's something I have to do, and I'm going to walk away from the mic.
Oh, my God.
So you're soloing it with Nick for the next 2
Yes.
minutes.
Yes, I want to hear it. Tell me about the book. How did you get hooked up with JoJo?
Yeah, good question. So I started doing triathlon a couple of years ago, and I really was sucked into it. I was pretty much a novice, didn't know much about this, didn't have any background in endurance, fitness, running, biking, or swimming. Started running, started getting a little healthier, and got to do a triathlon, and got into it. And I'll some things when Vinny comes back because he's got some funny things to say about triathletes. But anyway, yeah. And I joined this group called Max after reading Chris McCormick's book. He's one of the top triathletes in the world, and he started this team. And I met Joe through that, and similar to NSNG, I think Joe and I in common saw that there was a real great positive community being formed in a lot of areas. So, like NSNG or with
Right.
MACA, which is Chris McCormick's team, we really just started to see some real positive communities that embrace life change and just bettering yourself physically, mentally. And it just provided a platform to get to know one another. And so Joe and I just connected there, and using technology, Skype and emails and Facebook and all that, really just started to communicate and share some thoughts, and kind of got the idea to, hey, let's promote this thing a little further, Joe. And Joe Baxis. She's just has a huge heart, and she loves to promote everybody's story and loves the world of triathlon. So we combined that with what kind of Chris McCormick's message has been in triathlon and self-improvement. And we teamed up to write a book about it.
How long did it take you guys to write the book?
Maybe a couple months, probably.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, not bad. I started to get the writing itch last year. I don't know why, but I had I'd authored a couple books and published a few books and really got this itch, and I got this idea, and I ran it by Joe, and then I went out to Phuket, Thailand, which is where Chris is based, and I showed it to him, and I said, hey, Chris, Joe and I are working on this. What do you think? And he's, very much a get it done guy, and he's a very approachable and very much excited. And he said, yeah, mate, I'm in. Great, run with it. That's awesome. And then he wrote the foreword for us. So, yeah, it all happened pretty quickly.
That's awesome.
So,
yeah.
Nick, the thing that gets me a lot about these triathlon guys.
Here we go. Yeah.
You knew it was coming.
No, I mean this in a good way. And, Macca is one of those guys that, he's legendary.
Yeah.
Before that, there was a guy in the early 2000s. I can't remember his name right now. You see, that's the thing. I can't remember his name. He won like 5 or 6 in a row.
Oh, Mark Allen?
No. You see, after Mark Allen, after Scott Tinley, I'm talking about going into the 2000s. The guy with the zipper haircut, he was Canadian. He was married to
Peter Reed.
Peter Reed. You see, that's the thing. The guy was a phenomenal athlete, right?
Yeah.
The guy was the world champion for how many years?
Yeah, he won 3 Ironman world titles.
Right. He was unbeatable. We can't even remember his name today.
Right.
It's not like these guys go off into the sunset with $1 bazillion in their pocket. As a matter of fact, most of them leave the sport completely broke. Would you agree?
Yeah, I don't know about broke, but I think, to your point, traditionally been a great model for making money as a professional. I think things are changing in the sport a bit now, which I think leaves the door open. I think people have to get a little more creative in terms of how they make money, or they have to have a personality like a Chris McCormick to, one, give value in the sport, meaning it's not just about the racing and training and being the best. It's about bringing some personality to it. But then, 2, having the guts, the balls, whatever, to say, hey, sponsor so-and-so, you need to pay me for this. I'm bringing this to the table. I'm doing this. And I think he's done that, and he's been able to, be a businessman, be an entrepreneur out of it and change some things.
Right. But even more so than that, these guys show up to these races, pretty much on their own dime. The top pros and the whole thing, when I don't even know if it's called Ford Ironman Triathlon, but Ironman makes what can only be considered a shit ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't disperse any of this money amongst the top pros. I mean, there should be a fee for some of these guys just to show up. And that system doesn't exist, right?
Not now. I think, again, some things are starting to change. They're trying to form a union and do some collective bargaining. But your point is spot on, and I think has been frustrating in that industry a bit. So that's definitely been the case.
Is Chris planning on coming back and doing any more big time stuff, or is he just going off into the coaching field? What's going on with that guy?
Oh, good question. Yeah, he's I guess he'd say officially retired from professional racing, but he's like a guy that'll always be in it because he just loves it. He just loves the sport. So he's actually racing as an age group. And think about him, he'll show up to just like a sprint community triathlon and race and talk to whoever. And that's kind of cool because that's kind of how I got into it too, is just doing local races. He'll do some bigger races because he's got sponsors and things, and he can be an ambassador. He's an ambassador for a Challenge, which is like the Ironman competitor. So he's ambassador for them. I'm sure, he'll get some appearance things, and that they'll do some stories around it. I don't know what the schedule's like now, but he's definitely involved more with the Mac. He's just involved with triathlon at a higher level, trying to make some things happen, but still racing for fun and probably for some sponsor obligations too.
Well, when I hear this term ambassador, my blood boils. I know that different companies do this. Lululemon, like I know women around Calabasas say, "Oh, I'm a Lululemon ambassador." Well, what does that mean? And recently, Anna, well, you and I haven't talked about this yet, but
Right.
recently, I've been approached by a couple of different companies. I'll name them: Adidas and Under Armour. And they approached me and said, "Hey, we want you to be an ambassador." I was like, "Great. What does that mean?" "We will send you a lot of clothes, and whenever you give a speech, and whenever you leave your house, and whenever you're in public, wear our clothes." And I
Why
went,
aren't they paying people?
and I said to him, "Great. What do I get? What's my fee for that?"
Right.
You get free clothes. And I went, "I don't need free clothes. I'm not a bum on the street. You give a bum on the street free clothes." And they right now they're trying to negotiate a fee, a yearly fee. And I have these two companies. Luckily, I have two companies that are doing this, so I can go to Adidas and go, "Well, Under Armour offered me X amount," and back and forth. But the bottom line is, I probably won't end up signing up with either unless they come up with money. I'm not in this game to end up broke at the end of the day. You're getting something out of it, and you're giving me something that was made in a sweatshop for 3 cents? Go fuck yourself. So
Yeah, exactly.
when you tell me that Maca is an ambassador, what does that mean? What does he get from that?
I believe he's paid pretty well, but that's just my guess. I have no idea specifically.
I mean, who's working at? I literally have an agent now that works that. Does he have someone working that for him, or?
Yeah, I mean, a guy like Chris has a team. He's got a manager, an agent, and again with the online stuff they're doing. So yeah, he does.
Okay,
But
I know I'm asking you tough questions here.
He's a pretty outspoken guy. He'll, he confronts those types of things that you would probably too. So
why hasn't he been on the show yet? He tried to come on a couple of times. We couldn't, coordinate the schedule. He was traveling a bunch. Is there a way that we can at least get him on the one-on-one where I don't have to coordinate Anna or any of that?
Definitely, I think you should definitely come on. You guys would get along for sure.
Well, I used to see him. We used to drink coffee at the same Starbucks right here in Calabasas. He used to train here.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. He used to live in Los Angeles, and then he moved to Australia, back to his home, and then I think really now his home base is Thailand, which there's basically a big sports complex out there. It's almost like an Olympic training center, and he helps promote that hotel. So again, he promotes that hotel. He's pretty much, I think he's like the chairman there. So yeah, so he's found some ways to get paid and to do what he loves.
I love hearing that because I remember when he was out here. I can't remember who I asked. I said, "Well, where does he live?" And they said, "Oh, he's living with a family over in Hidden Hills." And I'm like, he's living one of the top pro athletes. That would be like saying Michael Jordan is living with a family in Hidden Hills in a bedroom or a guest house. That literally made no sense to me. That this guy's one of the top athletes on the planet, and he's shacking up in someone's house in Hidden Hills.
Right. Again, he's got the humble roots, I think, but I doubt that's the case. My take is Chris has done very well for himself, just getting to know him and his team. So I think he may be one of the few who's done very well.
Good. No, I love to hear that because I hear so many, so often from these triathletes that, and I get to talk to a bunch of them. And, in your mind, you want to think that, oh my God, that person was, I've read about them in the magazines for at least 10 years and they were this and they were that and the whole thing. And then you walk to the parking lot and they're walking to a 12-year-old Civic. Does that make sense to you?
Sorry, you're breaking up a little.
Oh. Well, what I said was you'll have a conversation with these people and then you'll see them, and when they walk away, they walk to a 12-year-old car in the parking lot. And these are people who, you thought, my God, they must be killing it. Why would they do this for so many years?
Right.
You know?
Exactly. Now, a guy like Chris, the differentiator for him is just the way he thinks and kind of goes against the grain a lot and doesn't necessarily do what everybody else does. and say, I think he starts to he always stepped back and said, wait a minute, how is that happening? Why? I'm not just going to do what everybody else does or line it up that way. I think there's an opportunity here, but I gotta figure it out my own way, and I gotta figure out a model that's going to work for me.
Right.
So,
quickly tell me why people need this book. Because after that, Anna and I have something to discuss with Anna to finish off the podcast. But give us the takeaway of this book. I know we had JoJo on talking about the book. I'm a huge fan. She's a huge fan of us, but we're bigger fans of her. I love that woman. Tell us why should people go out and buy this book?
Well, Joanne's got a great heart. You're right. Yes, you should buy the book. One, the proceeds are all going to the Mackinac Foundation, which is Chris's cancer charity. His mother passed away of cancer, and so he formed a foundation where the money now and again. I know we've about this with charities, Vinny, which is funny, but so the money goes directly to, it doesn't go to like research or that, directly to families that are having financial hardships with cancer.
Oh, cool.
So. Yeah, and so I just describe exactly how I know money flow works. So if people are interested, meaning any of the proceeds that we get here, so you can go to eBooks by Nick or search Amazon, the Maca model, and if you get the book, either I suggest just getting a digital copy or physical copy, either one. But so those proceeds, so I get that money, and then I just pay directly to the guy who runs the foundation, who I personally know. His name's Kurt Taylor, and Maca and Kurt's wife had a battle with cancer, and Chris McCormick really got to know Kurt and said, hey, why don't you run my foundation? So they're doing some really cool things. So I give the money, or Joe and I give that money directly to Kurt, and then Kurt, who runs the organization, sits with Maca and they decide, and they take, I'm guessing, applications in terms of families, and then they disperse the money to those families who are, again, just needing a little bit of help and support. It's not just the money. They also join the team, and they also get some encouragement from other people that are can uplift them a bit going through the tough experience.
Look, I love hearing that. As you know, cancer is something that's near and dear to my heart, and
Yep.
It's not easy. And I often said during my time of being down, what do people do that don't have insurance or don't have money? And the nurse told me, literally, they die.
Mm-hmm.
They die, and that's just not fair. And I think this is great. Unfortunately, Nick, we're going to have to go. We love having you on. Anna, are you there, or did I lose you?
I'm here. No, I'm listening.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you a bunch of questions, but that's all right. Maybe I'll come back.
Love to, as a matter of fact, when I do the one-on-one with Maca,
Yep.
how about you come on too, and we do a 2-on-1?
Would love to. I'll
idea.
try to help broker that for sure.
Yeah, let's make that happen, and we could talk about the book. By the way, Tallulah, I want this book to be in the book club at vinnytortories.com. Folks, I want you guys to go and buy this book. The proceeds go straight to cancer, to help people with cancer, families in need. Make this happen. Come on, go out and get this book. You guys will love who Maca is. Chris McCormick is a great guy. Look, I can't say enough nice things about this guy. And this is a guy who I was bitching about going, he's not making enough money. He should make more money. And look at what he's doing. He's giving back.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. In this day and age, he's giving back.
Yep, he's giving back. So, I appreciate it, Vinny. Thanks so much for having me on and for helping spread the message here. And, Joe and I really appreciate it. And, yeah, lots of cool things to talk about. So hopefully we can connect again and do this again. So
yeah, we need to do a whole show around it, and we'll bring you and Chris on together, and we'll do a 1-on-2, and we'll just do it that way, and give you guys the kind of time it deserves.
I really appreciate that. That would be excellent.
Cool. Well, you have
Thanks,
a good.
Nick.
Hey, thanks, guys. Really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
There goes
Cheers.
Nick Cerici. Anna, are you still there?
Yep.
Cool. I wanted to close out by talking about something near and dear to me right now.
Yeah, do it.
As you know, Serena and Tallulah are off to Virginia right now,
Right.
getting her all tucked away. As a matter of fact, as we're recording this, they're moving her into her dorm.
Aw.
And Tallulah's going to keep working for the show from college. She's going to do
Great.
her thing. And by the
Great
way, haven't
idea.
you noticed that since she took over,
Oh,
how
it's so
smoothly
awesome.
it all runs?
It's so awesome.
You know,
It's so awesome.
yeah, it's just great. And let me just say this about that kid. When a guy dates a woman that has a kid, and you learn, like I learned early on my first date with Serena, that she had a daughter. I knew that before our first date because she had a kid that went to school with my buddy. That's how I met her. At that Starbucks. We stopped by to say hi to another mom who went to school with Mayron's kids. That's how we met. So I knew before I ever asked this woman out that she had a kid.
Right.
Here's how guys think in life. If this relationship works out, how old is that kid, and when the fuck will they be out of the house? It's just the way guys think.
And now she's gone.
But here's the thing. From day one, of course, I didn't meet Tallulah right away. Moms don't introduce you to their kids.
Right.
I probably didn't meet Tallulah for the first 3, 4, 5 months. Some weird amount of time went by. I can't tell you exactly when. And then I wasn't introduced as, hey, this is my new boyfriend. I was just omnipresent. Hey, I showed
Right.
up at a horse show. Hey, honey, this is my friend Vinny. He showed up to see you. That kind of thing, right? So we kind of eased me in.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing led to another, and we're dating. And the one thing I could tell you about this kid, and I told her about this when she was leaving the other day. I said, most guys are trying to figure out when the kid is going to be out of the house. In your case, nobody wants you to leave.
Aww.
She was a pleasure to live with and, share a life with. And of course, I will be sharing the rest of her life with her. And, it's not like she's gone. She's just across the country. But it's a chapter that's over with.
Yeah.
And, I really feel like I have a daughter. She's
Yeah.
my daughter.
Aww.
I love her.
That's sweet, Vinny.
I couldn't imagine loving any kid any more than I love this kid. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I know she's going to hear this because she's going to take this show and put it up. So she will hear this. And Tallulah, I want you to know that I will miss you dearly while you're gone. Of course, we're going to see her every other month because now apparently parents go to college with their kids. Or you show up a lot or something.
I always tease Lucy that I'm going to do that. I'm going to move to whatever town she goes to college in. She's like, don't do that.
No, that's what goes on now. And
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I
look,
can work from anywhere.
yeah,
Why not follow my kid around and not let her have her
I'm
own life?
sure your
and
kid
just
is going to
ruin
love that,
hers?
Anna.
Yeah, just ruin her life. That's
Yeah.
what I do. I'm a life ruiner.
Good job.
Yeah.
You're doing good.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's going to be missed. And already, she and Serena have been gone for a week. They went to Washington to do some shopping, to get her dorm room ready and all that kind of stuff. And
Great.
I just took her dad to the airport yesterday. So it's like the whole family is gone.
Right.
And I'm left here to hold the fort down.
Yeah. You have
And,
to deal with the dogs all by yourself.
I don't mind that part. It's just, every time I pass her bedroom, well, of course, I won't miss that smell coming out of a girl's bedroom. I got to tell you. Girls
What
are
do you
messy,
mean?
Anna.
Are they?
Your
My
daughter's
daughter-
that messy?
No, she's very clean.
No, Tallulah tries it on. If it doesn't fit, she throws it. So
So it's just clothes, just piles
Yeah.
of clothes everywhere.
the lady comes tomorrow to clean the house. I've literally, Anna, scrubbed the entire house except for Tallulah's bedroom because I can't bring myself to do it.
Right.
It's like I'm going to miss that. The fact that, the clothes are everywhere
Yeah.
because it's going to all be cleaned up tomorrow. Yeah, I know this sounds weird.
It doesn't sound weird. Every parent goes through that empty nester thing. And by the way, the weird thing too for Lauren and myself, we're 2 years away from that because Lucy just started her junior year. But it is weird because all of our friends, literally all of our friends, just started having babies in the past 2 to 3 years.
Oh, wow.
And so they all have little kids And we're looking down the gun at being the empty nesters.
Are you thinking about grabbing yourself a little Asian or something?
We got freedom. No, hell no. That's what I'm saying. The opposite. We're the opposite. I'm not having another baby. You kidding? Done.
Yeah, it's like I look around
and done, baby.
I'm looking, going, maybe I could get another kid in Tallulah's room. Maybe a guy this time.
Aw. See, you're the opposite. I'm like, no, mama's free in 2 years.
But we did guy
you're
things.
To get a little boat baby.
Yeah, it's like we go shooting, together.
Yeah.
It was.
Well,
it was
you know
upsetting.
what? Friends of mine did that. Andrea's brother did that. They went and adopted 3 kids who were 2, 4, and 5. A family. They adopted 3 siblings. It was amazing.
Ugh.
And they're having a ball. They're having a great time.
Yeah, the problem is we'll never get another Tallulah. You know what I mean? It's like you'll never get another Lucy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could try again, but you're not going to get that kid. So,
I hear you on the boy thing because I'm kind of like, I see my friends who have teenage boys and how they still put their arm around their moms and they're really sweet to their moms.
Yeah.
And the teenage daughters were a little more standoffish. Let's put it that way.
But, Tallulah was always kind of put her arm around my shoulder because she's taller than me. And even when she was 12.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so there was a lot of that. And she's kind of a tomboy. I never took her fishing. That was her and her dad. They would go fishing.
Did you ever buy her Villa Capelli olive oil?
Oh, yeah. She loves Villa Capelli. As a matter of fact, we might have to buy double Villa Capelli now and have some of it shipped to
you should
Virginia.
embarrass her in front of all her friends. By the way, she can spread the message at college because my best friend went to UVA. I spent many weekends partying at UVA. It's not a place where I would have learned NSNG. You learn a lot at UVA, but you don't learn about NSNG. So it's good that Tallulah's there to spread the word. Good.
So, and by the way, she wants to keep her California heritage there. She doesn't want to become one of them, which I think is kind of
cool. What do you mean one of them? I'm from Virginia. What is that? It's not so bad.
You know what I'm talking about, that preppy kind of East Coast school thing?
Yeah, those are awesome.
If my kid comes home with plaid-colored pink and green bows in her hair.
I never wore plaid-colored pink and green bows in my hair.
Can you start?
Right now. Can I read you this for our Villa Capelli ad?
Yeah, go on.
A listener forwarded us something. Hey, Vinny. Rebecca said, hey, Vinny, I know you can't get back to everyone, but I just had to tell you, last night you were in my dream. Don't get too excited, she wrote.
Oh.
And we were taking shots of Villa Capelli together.
And then we had ourselves a little Villa Capelli party.
Then you had a little oil party. Threw down that tarp. Threw down the twister tarp.
Yeah.
Poured the 3-gallon tin. The 3-liter tin.
Do people do that anymore?
I had never heard of it till you told me.
You never heard of a Western oil party?
No,
All right. If you want to have a Western oil party, here's what you have to do. You have to go to vinnytortories.com, go down the right side of the page, look for the Villa Capelli ad, order the 3-liter tin, because if you're going to have a Western oil party with Villa Capelli, you're going to need the 3-liter tin. And you know what? You're going to probably want to serve hors d'oeuvres, so get some other stuff. There's the Puglia, the boo-boo-boo-boo, and there's the tomato,
the
ba-ba-ba.
the spaghettata.
Spaghettata.
The jar asparagus.
Yeah. Say all the stuff
really
that sounds
good.
Italian.
10% off, discount code Vinny, VINNIE. Did you already say that?
No, you got to say it. Say it again.
Oh, okay. Go to Vinny Tortorich, click through the banner ad, use the discount code Vinny at checkout, VINNIE. You're going to get 10% off your order. Villa Capelli's been with us since almost the beginning. We've actually been with them since the beginning, and then they've been with us since we asked them to start paying us.
Absolutely, and
we appreciate that.
Yeah, Paul, we really appreciate it. Have you been invited onto their show yet?
No, have you?
Me either. Okay, yeah, see how it works. Okay, Paul. Okay, Stephen. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were going to rub it in that you've been invited on and I haven't.
No.
You haven't either?
No, nothing. I got Adidas calling me, trying to, make me a deal.
Wow.
But yeah, Paul and Stephen.
I'm going to New York to the New York Television Festival, and that would be a fun place to meet because Paul goes back to New York every now and then. Just saying, Paul, we could podcast from New York together.
Maybe. Yeah, we'll see.
Probably not. See. He's not interested.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. He's like, whatever, those two has-beens.
So, Anna, we have to do some promo stuff off.
Yeah, we do. So we got to end this show.
All right. I got a song. I'm pulling up is a song about heroin.
Oh, good. So everyone go out and get some female Viagra and heroin.
But, it's going to remind me of Tallulah. Song is called Hurt by 9 Inch Nails. Sung by Johnny Cash. My favorite version.
I like that version of it. Yeah, that's a good one.
I actually pulled this. I was listening to my nephew's podcast.
I hurt myself.
Listen to it. I was listening to Mikey and Joey's podcast, and Mikey was playing this version of it. And I remembered that. I loved it so much. So here it is.
I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole, the old familiar sting. Try to kill it all away, but I remember everything.
I want to thank our guest, Nick Cerici, for coming on the show today. You guys go out and buy the Maca Model. Great book. All the proceeds go to a worthy cause. It goes to cancer, something that's near and dear to my heart. I know it's near and dear to Anna's heart, too. She's got family members who have suffered. I think we all have. Nobody is immune to cancer. It's everywhere. Some people don't have the money to take care of it, so we have to take care of them. On behalf of Anna Vocino, my name is Vinny Tortorich. Put life into living and do it with enthusiasm.
I will make you hurt.
You stay the hell away from me, you hear?
I wear this crown of thorns upon my liar's chair, full of broken thoughts I cannot repair.
Check out more podcast episodes on iTunes. Follow Vinny and Anna on Twitter or contact us with your fitness questions at VinnyTortorich.com.